Welcome to Adewale Adeniji, coach and behavioral therapist, AACBT. In our video offerings, we teach how we can become better in a holistic way and positively affect those we relate with. Our vision is to provide guidance and offer systems and tools that will ensure leverage professionally, economically, and socially. Lasting change begins first within, before situations become better. And this is what we promise, because we believe everyone deserves an opportunity to excel. Our mission is to help you think, ideate, and acquire leverage. Please go through this platform and watch our video offerings, and don't forget to like them and subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy our broadcast.
Welcome again, dear friend, to episode 9 of our series on emotional intelligence. Thank you for keeping faith with us. Are you wondering what impact all you have learned so far in this series can have on your prospects? Well, that is exactly what this episode and episode 10 are about. This episode will focus on how you can leverage on emotional quotient to improve your career prospects, while episode 10 will focus on how to do the same with emotional quotient for your relationships. We have already settled in episode 8 that we need both intelligent quotient IQ and emotional quotient EQ to get an advantage. So today, we will begin to look at practical steps to take to use our emotional quotient to our advantage. As a starter though, I need to reiterate that emotional quotient development can pay big dividend, like I mentioned before in episode 7. How? First, research shows that people hired because of high emotional quotient usually earn higher salaries. A study reported in the 2015 Journal of Organizational Behavior, written by Tassilo Mann and colleagues, found out that people who are better at recognizing emotions and have better interpersonal skills always earned higher salaries. Their summation is that the better people are at recognizing emotions, the better they are at handling the politics of organizations and the interpersonal aspects of work life, thus they earn more in their jobs. Second, high emotional quotient equips you with 4 things. A. Ability to manage anxiety and stress. B. Better communication skills and ability to diffuse conflict. C. Capacity to have more mutually satisfying relationships. And D. A greater capacity to overcome challenges. All these 4 competencies help you progress in your career and also in your relationships, as I will show you in the next episode of this series. For this episode, however, on how to leverage emotional quotient for your career, it is enough to state that emotional quotient is twice as predictive of performance as intelligent quotient. It is a better predictor than employee skill, than knowledge or expertise. Now, let me back this up with research discoveries. A 2014 study published in the journal Emotion, anchored by Stephane Cote of the University of Toronto, reports that emotional quotient uniquely predicts success among medical school undergraduates. Michael Soni and N. Meko published a study in the Journal of Retail and Customer Service in 2012, where they connected emotional quotient to adaptability, to job satisfaction, and to performance in 517 frontline employees at a power company in India. For more on the impact of emotional quotient on productivity, please look for my video on this under the auspices of our consulting firm, Lex Consult Umane International. It is enough, however, in this series for me to reiterate that emotional quotient impacts productivity in several ways, and you may wish to learn these ways for you and your organization from the video I referred to. A third way that emotional quotient can improve your career chances is that it improves resilience to setbacks. This helps you get through hard times at work by improving your capacity to handle, to manage, and even grow from failures and setbacks. A 2003 Journal of Management Psychology article by Abraham Kameli reported that senior managers with higher IQ had 1. More positive attitudes, 2. Were better able to reconcile tensions with work-life balance between work and family conflict and their career goals and commitment. Another way by which emotional quotient will improve your career chances is that people with higher emotional quotient exhibit greater potential for leadership. A 2010 study published in the Leadership Quarterly showed that team member ratings of other team members' emergence as leaders correlated with the magnitude of that member's emotional quotient. A final way I will mention by which emotional quotient will enhance your career is that it contributes to effective teamwork. Anita Woolley and Thomas Moore, in a study published in Science magazine in 2010, studied 667 people assigned into 3-person teams who were given series of tasks to complete. The researchers were looking for evidence of collective intelligence, or what they call the C factor, which they defined as the general ability of a group of people to perform a wide variety of tasks above and beyond the sum or average intelligence of individuals within the group. The analysis revealed the C factor in these teams and also discovered that one of the factors that contributed to the C factor is social sensitivity, which you will recall is the third principle of emotional quotient, that is, capacity to have mutually satisfying relationship with other people. Now, how does these research discoveries impact or improve your chance of leveraging emotional quotient in your careers? No matter how demanding your job is, no matter how stressful, your ability will be measured by your capacity to adapt to succeed despite the stressful conditions of your job. And it takes a high emotional quotient to survive a stressful work environment, without which you are likely to underperform, which makes you dispensable in any organization. Having a higher emotional quotient in a stressful career does not mean you will not feel stressed, but it means you will refuse to allow that stress to distract or derail you, which a person with a low emotional quotient might not be able to do. Not allowing stress to bog you down will greatly improve your productivity level, setting you apart, as it were, from the pack. Also, as I already discussed in episode 8, deploying your social skills effectively will make your co-workers cooperate with you to ensure the success of whatever it is you set out to achieve. If you're able to do this, who do you think will be preferred for advancement? The person who can cope with pressure and still be productive, delivering on all key performance indicators within the time scheduled, or that person who complains of the pressure and lets work slide? You make up your own mind, my friend. Now, let us be practical. How do you leverage your high emotional quotient to achieve leverage in your career? First, when you work among individuals, there will be times when they, your colleagues, would need you in several scenarios. Now, whatever the scenario may be that person who deploys his power of empathy, showing concern for your colleagues, listening to their challenges, showing understanding for their viewpoint, even if you do not agree, even encouraging instead of criticizing them when they falter. Now, if you are able to do this successfully, this is what you will get in return. When you are able to show sympathy, you are regarded as being charismatic. When you are regarded as being charismatic, you now earn social capital. Now, that social capital is what will enable you climb the corporate ladder. On the other hand, a person with a low emotional quotient who is unable to notice or understand the need of another person gets nothing. Secondly, emotional quotient promotes problem-solving skills that are a prerequisite in a work environment. Why? Because there will always be conflict at work. There will always be controversies, which, if not swiftly resolved, will negatively affect productivity. So a high emotional quotient helps prevent conflict and prevent future recurrences of conflict. This high emotional quotient helps create options that allows conflict not only to be resolved, but also provide options that will present a win-win situation for all sides involved in the conflict. Now, if you successfully deploy this automatically makes you or stands you out as a solution provider, the go-to person, and surely prospect for advancement. Third, a high emotional quotient helps you make prudent career decisions. Now, how do you, for example, know the perfect job for you per time? Or what skills you need to acquire to position yourself for that next upward movement in your career? Emotional quotient allows you to take all factors into consideration, not just the immediate financial or collateral remuneration part. Let me give an illustration. Say you have the option of two jobs, one that will pay you, let's say, 250,000 naira, the other that will pay you 200,000 naira. Now, anyone with a low emotional quotient would look at the financial aspect of the two offers first, but a person with a higher emotional quotient will look at other factors, such as what will the working environment be? How will this impact this job if I take it? How will it impact other things I need to have for a balanced and wholesome life, such as time for family, time for friends, even time to profess my faith? Now, it is in critical decision moments like this that careers are either made or ruined. A person with a low emotional quotient will focus more on the immediate base needs rather than the intermediate and upper level needs, which will make you a wholesome person fit for the upper reaches of your career. Fourth, emotional quotient enhances your chances of having a stable family life. Let me explain. Children, all children, for instance, are highly impressionable and they mirror their parents in their formative years. Now, children oftentimes do not do as you tell them. If you're a parent, I'm sure you identify with what I just said. They do as they see you do. So, having a high emotional quotient will help you mirror good character to them. In a recent therapy session, a client informed me that he observed the way his son reacted in his group setting to a question, the son taking a position diametrically opposed to the position of every other person in that group. And he said, the moment he saw that happen, he knew instinctively that that is the way he, the father, would have reacted in that exact situation. He did not have a discussion with his son on how to react, but apparently the son had mirrored him in that situation. And therefore, when you do what you say and you say what you do, you might just be able to also influence your partner with your demonstrated values. All this taken together will put you on a pedestal, hard to ignore for recognition and advancement. Why? Because all that a business or organization require is someone who can advance its business goals or organizational objectives. And as the research I shared with you in this episode has shown, high emotional quotient allows you to be just that person. You can use a mastery of your emotional quotient to advance yourself in your career. I have done it. I know of countless others who have also done it. So, it is attainable. If you require my assistance with this, please get in touch with me at the details that will be shown at the end of this broadcast or in the description box of this broadcast if you are listening to it as a podcast. You will be glad you did, I assure you. Until the next time I come your way, keep alive, keep safe, and remember, we love you. I am Adewale Adeniji. Bye for now.